for Katie Chats here at Technicolor Studios in downtown Toronto with producer JOE Alonzi from Model. What is it like to be accepted into the Toronto International Film Festival?
It's very exciting. It's definitely something that I didn't expect off the top of my head, but when we heard the news, I definitely called my family and all my friends and was like, yeah, we got it in, and it was just very exciting. It's kind of nerve-wracking at the same time because I don't really know what to expect going into it for the first time, but we'll see how it goes.
How did you get on board with the project?
Dylan had come over to the company I work for, the Any Creative Group, and basically he had told us he's looking for a producer to sort of apply for the Bravo Fat grant. So we got the project, went over it together. Basically everything was pretty solid right off the top, so there wasn't much that we had to change. We submitted it into Bravo Fact. It was actually kind of a funny story the way the grant process went down, because the first time we didn't get the grant, and then they ended up giving us a call a few days later and being like, listen, we really like this project, so we're going to push it to the next grant process. They don't normally do that, so we were kind of iffy about it, but we were like, yeah, that sounds great. And then it ended up going through. We got the grant process, or the grant, I believe, last August. It was either July or August of last year. And then we shot this March, so we kind of held off for about 6 months. Me and Dylan had a bit of busy schedules. And then, yeah, then it all came together. We shot over one day in March, shot it at our office, which is just located over on Carla. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What was it like working with Dylan Riebling, the director?
It was great. Me and him sort of, we get along very well. We sort of understand each other and know what each other needs. So it was a really good work relationship. I didn't really hit any bumps in the roads with him, and we look forward to doing more projects together.
What is at the heart of the story?
The heart of the story is very much sort of like a man versus technology piece. The idea of the film sort of pins this architect, which is his job, it's how he makes his living, and then this 3D printer sort of comes into the picture, which ultimately replaces him. And it's sort of a retrospective look on, I guess, technology and the way that sort of applies in terms of even in film with like digital and how that's changing everything. Out of architecture moving into construction, a lot of that's going to be new big 3D models are going to start printing buildings instead of having construction workers doing them. So it's something that we found to be very relevant, and I think people will understand it that way.
Have you experienced it personally on any level?
A little bit, I would say, like making the transition from shooting film all the time to then shooting digital. You notice the differences in terms of cost factors. I'm sure it's the same thing in the architect world where they're thinking, well, we can replace these guys and just have these printers make these buildings. So I've noticed it slightly, but it hasn't really affected us in a negative way yet.
I saw in the Tiff program that there are a few films dealing with technology. Do you think that we'll be seeing more and more of that in years to come?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Like where we're heading now, I believe that there's so many technological changes in terms of like just cameras, construction, art. Before long, I think that there'll be a lot of things that are sort of focusing on technologies that are coming out or being developed that will then actually become a reality at some point.
And as a producer, what kinds of projects are you looking to develop in the future?
I kind of look for different projects all the time. I don't like to stay within one niche. So right now there's a couple things we have in the works that are both thrillers, a couple horrors, and then one that's a drama. So we'll see what happens next.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and on Model online?
The best place to go would probably be our website, which is thene.ca, or you can find more information on flatlinepictures.ca as well.
And when is the film screening at TIFF?
The screening is on the 10th and the 11th. I believe our first screening is at 6:45, but you might want to check the TIFF website for that. I could be wrong. And also, just to double back on the last question, you can also check out Dylan's work at dylanriebling.ca, and you can watch his old project there as well.
Thank you so much, Joe, and congratulations on getting into TIFF, and best of luck with your upcoming projects.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann, reporting for Katie Chats here at Technicolor Studios in downtown Toronto.